Hello, everybody. It's Pastor Dave Deckard from Shepherd of the Valley with our Thursday Thoughts when we say goodbye to the gospel that came the week before and say hello to the new one coming up. Now, last Sunday, we talked about the parable of the bridesmaids, Jesus' story wherein 10 bridesmaids showed up. Half of them had enough oil for the wedding to keep their lamps lit, half of them who didn't, and it didn't turn out so well for them. You can listen to that if you want to. Today, I want to talk about a particular aspect of it that's so important. This parable starts out, the kingdom of heaven is like. And because of the way that we have been brought up culturally in our church and American Christianity or whatever, whenever we hear those words, the kingdom of heaven, we immediately think, oh, this is about the afterlife. This is about judgment day. This is about someday and not now. In fact, if you look at our church culture in the United States, we are really familiar with the God who used to be. We are also somewhat familiar with the God who's gonna be someday. We're not as cogent of the God who is now. And that's really convenient for us because look what it does. It allows us to say to God, yes, I know you used to do all that stuff in the Bible, and yes, I know that someday you'll be back, but right now, this is mine. And whatever is in my daily choices, whatever's in my daily life, I have control of. Problem is, kingdom of heaven doesn't mean that. The kingdom of heaven includes the past and the future and all the things that you've heard about, but it operates especially and perhaps most importantly right now in the present. The kingdom of heaven is not some far off day or place. Instead, it is the community of God, the Spirit of God, the interaction and relationships of God happening among you right now. In fact, this was the problem with the bridesmaids, is that the thing was ongoing and they didn't realize it because they were all waiting for something they thought would come later. That's not how faith works. We don't get to praise a God and then eject that God out of our real daily lives. If God isn't operating in the present, that's a God that we never really get to meet. So if you want to know God, if you want to experience God, you cannot just read the Bible as a historical document, nor can you sit around waiting saying, well, someday I think he'll show up again in a way I can see. Instead, we have to retrain our eyes, retrain our expectations, and retrain our lessons of faith to open up and see the God who is working among us right now in the kingdom of heaven that is absolutely right here. That's our Thursday Thoughts for the week. If you want to get a jump start on next Sunday, the gospel comes from Matthew chapter 25, verses 14 till 30. Until then, I will see you soon, and find us at myboisechurch.org or on Facebook at SOV Boise.